A bull market makes everybody who is stupid smart. A crash makes the stupid people look stupid, but makes the people who are educated and prepared very rich.
The years following 2020 have been pretty difficult for all global economies, and economists, financial analysts, and advisors have all predicted the onset of a global financial crisis. Robert Kiyosaki is no different. He underlines what other finance gurus have to say, suggesting that this would be the worst crisis the world has ever seen so far. But first, who is Robert Kiyosaki? Robert Kiyosaki is a Japanese-American entrepreneur, businessman, and author. He founded the Rich Dad Company and the Rich Global LLC, both of which are personal financial education companies spreading knowledge about personal finance and business to people through books and videos. Kiyosaki has also authored more than 26 books, including the international bestseller Rich Dad, Poor Dad. But coming back to our topic at hand, the global financial crisis. Ever since the beginning of the decade, there has been a continuing global financial crisis, beginning with the COVID-19 pandemic, which was followed by the Russia-Ukraine war, and even the unrest in the Middle East and the trade war between China and the United States. Keeping this in mind, multiple economists like Jim Rogers, Jeremy Grantham, Ray Dalio, etc. have predicted that the world would go back into a recession very soon. They have also warned that this would be the worst recession the world has ever seen and would make the 2008 financial crisis look like child's play. Robert Kiyosaki is also of the same opinion that the world would soon go back into a crisis situation and a recession is inevitable. But Kiyosaki also offers some pretty controversial opinions, even stating publicly that he borrowed money to acquire real estate. Kiyosaki took to X to express his viewpoints, stating that the market would crash soon, and he urged investors to jump right into the bargains that would emerge as a result of it. Kiyosaki's recent tweet came after the Standard & Poor's 500 index fell by 3.4% and the value of Bitcoin fell by 6%. In the recent tweet, Kiyosaki said the follows: "It's not what's in your wallet, it's what's in your head. All markets crashing. Real estate, stocks, gold, silver, Bitcoin. Middle class was wiped out by higher oil inflation. Yet rich are getting richer. Difference in head, not wallet. Change what's in your head first, then get richer." The demand for housing in the United States has reduced owing to the rising interest rates, which in turn drive up the mortgage costs. At the same point of time, the value of gold and silver have seen a downward trend, falling sharply over the period of time. Robert Kiyosaki has openly stated that he is a bear when it comes to the financial markets, and said on a tweet that he actually borrowed millions of dollars from a friend in order to purchase real estate at the dipped price during the financial crisis. Kiyosaki is of the opinion that the time periods when asset prices fall are the best times to get rich, a typical behavior of a bearish entity. In 2022, Kiyosaki has predicted the biggest bubble in the history of the world, and also predicted that when the bubble bursts would be the worst bubble burst and the biggest crash in world history. He said this after the Federal Reserve increased the interest rates in an attempt to cool the economy of the United States. Towards the end of August 2022, Kiyosaki had put out a tweet in which he claimed that the financial crisis had already arrived. His tweet said the following: "The crash is here! Millions will be wiped out." But this wasn't the usual cry for help or warning that other economists were putting out for. For Robert Kiyosaki, the financial crash was something to be excited about. As far as his personal beliefs go, the best time to get rich is when there is a financial crisis. In a tweet made on the 13th of May 2022, Kiyosaki had written the following: "Why crashes are good! Rich Dad taught his son and me, your profit is made when you buy, not when you sell. Bitcoin is the future of money. That is why I will back up the truck when the bottom is in. It may be worth 17k or even lower 11k. Time to get richer is coming. Take care." So adding to his tweet about the crisis arriving, he added that the people and especially investors need not panic and should in fact look at it as an opportunity to utilize the discounts that the crisis would offer. The entrepreneur who made the Rich Dad Company had made multiple statements in the past, where he recommended the purchase of physical assets like gold or silver and cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin when their prices fall, saying that it would help in the reaping the profits as the time for recovery arrives. He also had put out a tweet in December 2022 where he stated, "The good news is the best time to get rich is during a crash." He even described the sell-off that place in July 2022 as the greatest sale on earth. Ever since he started commenting about the upcoming financial crisis and its impact in the United States at large, he has also been recommending the public to pile up cans of tuna and baked beans and necessary household products such as trash bags, toilet papers, etc., in order to be one step ahead of the inflation that was bound to happen. And to be fair, he was right, as the inflation hit an all-time high of more than 40% in the summer of 2023. Taking the present financial crisis and the severity of it into consideration, it becomes evident that Kiyosaki was not joking about investing in household products. There is absolutely no doubt that the financial crisis that is coming is going to be the worst one that the nation, or rather even the world, has seen so far. And when that happens, investing in gold or silver or even cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin will not be able to keep one's stomach full. Robert Kiyosaki's tweet was as follows: "Best investment! Cans of tuna fish. Inflation is about to take off. Best investments are cans of tuna and baked beans. You can't eat gold, silver, or Bitcoin. You can eat cans of tuna and baked beans. Food is most important. Starvation is the next problem. Invest in the solution. Take care." But why tuna? Well, it could be because tuna has a long shelf life, lasting several years, and at the same time it is cheap and small in size, meaning that it takes up less space in the cupboard. It also means that it is possible for one to buy cans of tuna or baked beans in bulk for storing as well. Investing in these goods would provide the investor with a safety net, an option to move past a potential inflationary struggle. If inflation were to occur and drive the prices of food to unaffordable levels, then the investor has already saved up food by hoarding cans of tuna and baked beans. Robert Kiyosaki has over the years repeated that household goods are clever investments, and the investors ought to purchase them when the prices are low, in order to stockpile them to avoid paying an unreasonable amount in the future. Kiyosaki has been talking about an impending financial crisis for over a year now, suggesting increases in asset prices, inflation, and even a potential recession for several months. And his statements aren't something that is coming out of thin air. Kiyosaki took the cases of major bubbles in the history of the United States, ranging from stock bubbles to real estate, oil, and commodities in March of 2022. All these bubbles have burst, leading to an economic crisis. Kiyosaki also predicts the onset of an economic depression and hyperinflation. In a tweet, he also said that all proof required to state that the United States has officially entered into a recession are in front of us, and they are just being overlooked. He said that the indexes that are used like the S&P 500, NASDAQ, and even cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin have seen a downward trend since 2020. The tweet read the following: "Everything bubble, turning into everything bust. This could be the start of the biggest depression ever. I am concerned. World of debt and war, led by lying leaders. Great news is Twitter may accept Elon's offer. Freedom of speech and truth in media is road back to honest global prosperity. Whether or not to invest in cans of tuna or baked beans is up to you. But it is a fact that not just the United States, but rather the entire world is getting into a global recession. Financial crisis is inevitable, and it is necessary to keep the words of financial gurus like Robert Kiyosaki in mind before making any investment to avoid potential losses." Well, that brings us to the end of the video. What would you like to invest in? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such economic content. Until next time, bye!